This is a guide for installing Xeno HP printers on a Mac for St. Petersburg College. We'll start by getting all the items together. First, you will need to record your campus, the building that the printer is in, the room number that the printer is in. Then you need to record the number that's located on the front of the printer in the top left-hand corner. And then finally record the printer's model number. So for your campus, we use codes. I've listed most of the campuses here, but if the campus is not listed here, check with your campus TSS and they should be able to provide it for you. In our example, we'll be using Clearwater, so CL is our code. The printer that we're going to be using is located in SS161, so we're going to use SS as the building identifier, 161 for the room number, and then the number on the front of the printer is going to be TU300. Yours is going to be different. Just look in the front of the printer, top left-hand corner. Then also obtain the model number for the printer. In this case, we're using an HP M404DN. So the next thing we're going to do is convert this information to a standard, to a naming standard. So we're going to start by using the campus, which is CL, and then we're going to use the building SS and the room number that the printer is located in, 161. Then we're going to separate it by a hyphen. We're then going to put the number of the printer, the printer number next to it, TU300. And then that's going to create our naming standard. You do not need to put the model number into the naming standard. Next, we're going to get the IP for the paper-cut server of the campus. So again, we go back to the naming standards of the campus. In the case of Clearwater, we're going to look for CL paper-cut. You would do the same for your campus, DT paper-cut, SE paper-cut, or whatever the campus is that you're on. We're going to be doing a ping. We're going to ping CL paper-cut, but we're going to do the full qualified domain name. So clpapercut.spcollege.edu. So we're going to open up a terminal and we're going to ping that. So to open up a terminal, you're going to hold down the command key and the spacebar key. If you press them at the same time, you should get the spotlight search to show up. If this did not show up, you didn't hit the command spacebar at the same time. When it shows up, you want to type terminal, and then you'll have terminal open up. In terminal, you want to type ping, P-I-N-G, CL papercut.spcollege.edu. You're going to replace the CL with your campus name. In our case, it's going to be clpapercut.edu. You're going to press enter. After a few pings, you're going to want to stop it by pressing Command C. Press Control C, and that'll cancel it. The IP you're looking for should be located right here. You just want to copy it and add it to your notes. You can write it down or just put it into a notepad. You'll need it a little bit later. After that, you can go ahead and close your terminal. You won't need that right now. And then just hold on to the information that you acquired somewhere separate so you can refer to it later. Now you want to download the HP drivers from Apple. So to do this, you want to open up Safari or whatever your favorite browser is. I'm just going to open up Safari for this scenario. And you're going to type in HP Mac drivers and press enter. You're going to get a window that pops up, and it's going to have support.apple.com and many other options, but you want to select the first option that says HP printer drivers. In this case, it says 5.1, but this may change in the future for Mac OS. You click it, and then you select download. Hit allow, and then it's going to start downloading. In our case, we're going to stop it, but you let yours fully download because we already downloaded it here. Your connection may be a little bit different. It may go faster or slower, but we already have it here. So When it downloads, go to your downloads folder and you should find this same file in it. And you want to just double click it and let it run. Just going to double click the package file. You'll get a window that pops up. You want to just go through the prompts. And it's going to probably ask you for a drive to select. Just select your main Macintosh drive. And then if it prompts you for your password, enter your admin password or your password that you use on your computer. And then click install software. While we're waiting for the file to download, we can go ahead and try to download the paper cut. I'm going to put a link in the description. And that link should take you to this site, and it's going to ask you to download this file. So again, you're going to save that file. In our case, we already have it here. So that's just a double download for us. You can go ahead and run that. And it's going to open up a window that has 3 files in it. Leave that open and to the side so you can access it later. The one you're going to need later on is this one, but don't install it right now. Just wait till it finishes the other install. We're going to go ahead and try to configure some of the settings in the printer while we wait for this. Just go ahead and get some settings real quick. So we're going to go up to the Apple logo. And we're going to click System Preferences. Your window should pop up like this one here. And then you're going to select printers and scanners. This one has a printer installed. I'm just going to remove it. And then we're going to click Add Printer. This way you can add your new printer. On the options that pop up here, if you have a different version of macOS than I do, this may have a globe and say IP under it, but on the newer versions it does not have IP written under it unless you hover your mouse above it. Then you click IP, and you want to take that IP that you wrote down earlier. Let me see if I can find it real quick. We can close this window, we don't need that anymore. Take the IP you wrote down earlier that goes to your paper cut server and copy it and paste it. If your printer was installed, you can go ahead and hit close on that and just continue working on the steps with me. You want to change the protocol. Right now it's set to IPP. You want to change that to Line Printer Daemon. Now for the queue name, you want to add the name that you made earlier, the standard name you made. You want to copy that and you want to paste it into the queue name. And then you also want to paste it into the name. So you're pasting that in 2 places, queue and the name. So now you want to go down to the use section or the use section. You want to click the drop down arrow. You want to click Select Software. Here's where you want to type in the model of your printer. In our case, it was a HP M404DN. So we're just going to type the M404. You see we have no options here, and this may happen to you. In this case, you can try to delete the 4 and you may get an option, or you might have to put a 0 and you'll get an option. But usually when we delete 4, we get an option right away. So this option allows us to use the 400. The drivers are the same here, so we're just going to select the 400 and hit OK. So now we're going to hit OK again, or add, and it's going to search for the printer. Just going to wait for it to select this printer, or find the printer. So you just want to make sure that the options here are accurate. There is a duplex unit on this printer, but there is no trade 3 if I remember. Sometimes there may be a trade 3, so you would just turn on trade 3 if it's there. I'm going to turn it on just for example purpose here and hit OK. So now your printer should show up. The next step that you have to do is run the paper cut. You're going to run the secondary server install. You're going to run ahead and go through the prompts as they pop up. Put in your password. Hit OK. Once it's successful, hit close. And then you should get a window that pops up. This window will have a print provider config. You do not want to close this window yet. Leave this one open. You want to do some setting or change some settings in here. The first thing is the application server, which is set to the loopback address. You want to change that to be the server's host name or IP address. So this is going to become 172.27.95.91. Your settings should be the exact same as this one. The next thing that you want to change is the direct printing mode. It's set to false. Let's get it to show up here. It's set to false. You want to change that to true. Then you want to go into the front of it and delete that hashtag. That comments out this whole line, so you want to make sure that that's deleted. Now you need to go to File up top here, and then click Save. Your file is now configured. You can close it. You can now reset your computer, and then you'll be able to print. Thank you for watching our video. Be sure to hit like and subscribe so we can make more content for you. Have a great day.